Hi, good evening. This is Kenya Rockman, the author and founder of Child Support Hustle. Hope you all are doing good this evening. I'm in a different location. I'm actually in Columbus, Ohio, my home city, state, visiting with my mama for a little bit till I have to go back home. But I wanted to make this video because every time I see something foul about child support, I want to talk about it. And this is a call to action, as you can see in the description and the title. And so we don't have a moment to spare. Hello, Timothy. How are you? Not a moment to spare. So hi, Steph. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, everybody, for joining. So, yeah, we don't have a moment to spare when they're trying to pass legislation. Sneaky dogs. Not all of them. Most of them, but I don't want to call names. But yeah, when they try to pass stuff like this, I can't take a day off or chill out. So that's why I'm here, and that's what this video is about. I'm good, thanks, Steph. Thanks for asking. So I'm gonna jump right into it. Again, thank you all for joining me, and thanks for your continued support. Thanks for rocking with me. I really appreciate it. Y'all know how great that makes me feel. I love that the information is being looked at and shared, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. So let's jump right into it. On Monday, I'm great, Timothy. Yeah, I did a video about that. The 2 billion that they erased it, the debt interest. So okay, let me get into this. On Monday, March 29th, just this past week, the Arkansas House passed HB 1642. This horrible bill states that, according to a radio station out there, KTLO, a public housing authority shall require compliance by a custodial parent or non-custodial parent as a condition of eligibility for housing benefits and assistance. So now, not only can parents not receive cash and medical benefits if they don't sue the other parent for child support benefits, they'll deny parents a roof over their head if they don't cooperate with the unconstitutional child support system. So here are some key points proposed in the bill. The child support, and this is the technical jargon, so I'm just going with the technical part. The child support cooperation requirement is as described in the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, as authorized under 7 CFR Statute 273.11 N, O, and P. The next point is a public housing authority shall operate among eligible households on a waiting list for benefits, a housing authority-wide local preference prioritizing the admission of a person who is compliant with the child support cooperation requirement, whether or not the person receives nutrition assistance benefits. So they're even messing with the SNAPS benefits. They don't want you to have housing, and they don't want you to eat. A public housing authority shall determine the weight of the housing authenticity-wide local preference, prioritizing the admission of a person who is compliant with the child support cooperation requirement as compared to another applicable local preference based on local needs. So let's stop right there. The federal government gives states the right to mandate child support cooperation in exchange for SNAP benefits, but only a handful of states enforce that mandate. Yeah, exactly, Morton. Thanks for joining. So not only are they going to mandate this, oh, wait a minute, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So the SNAP benefit that they tried to mandate, the USDA tried to make all the states incorporate that mandate last year, and the states, people weren't going for it. It's such a bad policy, and I actually wrote about it. I'm gonna add that to the description. I didn't put my article in there, but it's such a bad policy, just like making parents sue for TANF and Medicaid in order to receive those benefits, sue for child support. It's all bad policy. But to make parents sue for SNAP and now for housing, it's all bad policy. It's making poor and low income people sue other poor low income people, and then the parents suffer and the children suffer, and the government reaps the benefit of all this suing and all this money that's going back and forth. That's all this is. So thank you, Morton. So the SNAP policy didn't work. So they're trying to piggyback on this bill what's under the SNAP program and the cooperation mandate that's already there in these states, in a handful of states, because they know it's horrible policy. So that's what Arkansas is trying to do in this housing cooperation mandate, and that's how they're trying to slide it in. So as of 2018, and according to the Assistant Secretary for Planning and Evaluation, the following states mandated parents cooperate with child support in order to be able to feed their children, in other words, receive SNAP benefits: Florida, Idaho, Kansas, Maine, Michigan, Mississippi, South Dakota. And the following states do not have a specific mandate, but have a compatible disqualification policy, which means that the applicants who fail to perform an action, including the child support cooperation in TANF, are automatically sanctioned by the food stamp program as well. That's Alaska, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Mississippi, North Carolina, Ohio, and Wyoming. So notice a couple of those were on there twice. So they're making sure that their kids don't eat all the way around. So hello, thank you, Vega Lee. Thank you so much. So if you see, they don't even want, and they always say that this program is to benefit children. The child support program is for the best interest of children. It's the biggest lie ever told in America and around this world, because the child support hustle doesn't just happen in the United States. It's happening globally. So it's a lie. They're perpetrating a fraud, if you will. How my Mimo would say, perpetrating a fraud. And this is because why wouldn't they? If people are already low income and need the government for assistance for food and a cup, the checks, it's like Mississippi, their monthly TANF benefit is $177. Now, put this into perspective. I go because and that's for a parent and 2 children. I need benefits because I lost my job or whatever. I'm struggling. I need to go down there. So in order for me to receive this $177 a month Medicaid, I have to sign my rights away to any child support I receive, because now I have to sue. In order to get this money, I have to sue my children's parent, other parent, for child support. And I will not receive any of that child support money because they don't pass through or pay any of that child support received to me. But here's the kicker. When I get offered off assistance, because now I've gotten a job and everything, because you can only stay on assistance for so long. Once I've become self-sufficient, I can't get my rights back to my child support that's owed me and owed my children. They can keep it forever. And now they're saying they want it for SNAP, and they want it if I need housing, if I need to house myself or my children, or if their father needs housing because he's poor too, that they will take our money that we make to take care of our children forever. That's game. Okay, so let me move on. So on the side note, this is what I was talking about because I go off script sometime. That's right, Morton. Welfare is a grant, not a loan. So we don't even, that money does not need to be paid back. So why are they going and suing the other parent for that money anyway? It's based on common law. And if y'all want to read about the common law theory and how they came up with this, it's based on common law back in 1300s, back in England. I wrote about that as well. And you can get access to my articles at the Child Support Hustle, and just click on the articles. And I go back. I've been writing about this stuff for a long time, guys. And hopefully you can get some benefit out of what I've written about. And I have the references there. So it's a whole lot of information there. So when the parents sign up for those benefits and assign their rights to receive the child support over to the respective states, the states can decide whether to pass through, like I said, any of that child support collected to those parents. So the list of states that I told you, that I mentioned earlier, that about the SNAP, 10 of those states refused to pass any of the money to the families. 3 of the states, Maine, Alaska, and Massachusetts, only passed $50. And that's for up to 2 or more children, period. $50 of the child support. So you always hear a parent paying $600 in child support, yet the custodial parent only receives like $25, $2.50, or something like that. And it's always a conflict. Well, I paid it. Well, you ain't paid. And it's all there. Like, well, the government is keeping the money. But a lot of times these parents are into it. They don't even communicate anymore. So they think the one parent is lying, but the government is just robbing the child and the parents. Man, when I was first researching this about my case, I couldn't even, I said, there's no way that people know about this and they are not screaming and hollering in the streets. So for the parents receiving TANF and Medicaid, Arkansas refuses, they already refuse to pass through any child support collected. They refuse already. So we can guarantee that if they get this bill passed about housing, they're not going to pass any money through for the housing. They already don't pass it through for TANF or Medicaid. So they're going to still take the money for the housing if they get that off too. So are y'all seeing how the child support hustle works? So getting back to Arkansas, the call to action is, I'm asking you all to contact, and even if you don't live in Arkansas, contact the Senate, the state Senate in Arkansas, and tell them to vote no on House Bill 1642. According to this bill, the Housing Authority shall operate a housing authority-wide child support cooperation requirement and require compliance by both parents as a condition of eligibility for housing benefits and assistance. Now, here's some important stats concerning Arkansas adults and children. According to the U.S. Interagency Council of Homelessness, as of January 2019, Arkansas had an estimated 2,712 people experiencing homelessness on any given day, according to HUD. Of that total, 132 were family households. 238 were vets. Thank you for your service, my fellow veterans. 336 were unaccompanied young adults, 18 to 24. And 291 were experiencing chronic homelessness. As far as children attending public schools, the U.S. Department of Education showed during 2017 and 18 that an estimated 14,052 public school students experienced homelessness over the course of a year. Of that total, 244 were unsheltered, 737 were in shelters, 567 were in hotels or motels, and 12,504 were doubled up. But let me see. Other science rights of government are falsely brought to court unaware. You are being sued. Thank you for your service, ma'am. You're welcome. And that's true, Timothy. That is what happened in my case. I was just told that for me signing up for child support, I would receive an extra $50 on my welfare check. Well, hey, sign me up. Well, years later, when I'm doing my research trying to close this case, come to find out it was a lawsuit, and I sued him back years before. So that's how they told us it was just, oh yeah, sign up and you get this extra money, but it was actually a lawsuit. States are flat broke. Oh, these states have money. They have money because they're getting TANF block grants that they don't have to spend on the children. They don't have to spend on TANF. They don't have to spend on work programs. They could put that money aside for a rainy day. They could put it on another program. I make these slides. If y'all ever see them, and I go over the budget, and I've included lately the TANF block grants, how much money they get, how much they put away, how much they have spent. They have plenty of money. So don't be fooled. Don't be thinking they don't have no money. I thought that too. They have so much money. But you wouldn't be able to tell because they are the kids and the people are living on the streets. Hell, they don't even want people to have housing without signing up for child support. What does one have to do with the other? So the bill, okay, so I ask you, Arkansas legislators, why would you want to make it difficult to provide housing to the most vulnerable children and parents living in your state? I can answer that with one word, and that's greed. And you already, just like I just said, you already have money. They disguise these disgraceful laws under the illusion that mandated child support cooperation is in the best interest of the children. Shame on you. The bill has been forwarded to the Insurance and Commerce Senate Financial Institute Subcommittee for consideration. Now, this committee reviews matters pertaining to banks and banking, savings and loan association, stocks and bonds, other securities, securities dealers, insurance, public utilities, partnerships and corporations, home mortgage, finance and housing, and similar legislation. So it sounds like a committee that will really be sympathetic to low-income children and parents in need for subsidized housing. So, especially while we're living through a worldwide pandemic. So the senators who you need to contact, I'm gonna list their names, but also in the description is a link, and you can see their names and click and get their contact information as well. We have Matthew, I can't pronounce his last name, but it's Pitsch, Larry Teague, Jonathan Dismang, Joyce Elliott, Kim Hammer, Jimmy Hickey Jr., Keith Ingram, and Missy Irvin. Those are the senators that make up this committee. And they are the ones that have to review this bill in the committee and vote on it before it can go to the Senate to be voted on, to be passed, before it can be made into law. And we want them to vote no. So it never goes to Senate to be voted on. So like I said, I've included the link to the bill. There's the name, so you can click on those and get, go straight to their contact, their phone numbers, emails, and all that. We as a nation need to stop this bill from passing. If one state gets this through, other states will follow. And passing this type of bill means that we are going backwards and not forwards towards significant changes in this unconstitutional and illegal child support system. The powers that be are aware that we are aware of the child support hustle, so they're trying to pass what they can to try to hold on to what little control they have over parents being violated by this awful system. But parents, you are becoming aware of your rights and your right to not be involved in this system, in this nonsense. If they aren't forcing married parents to sign their rights to child support over to the government, then why are unmarried parents being forced to sign on the dotted line? And as much as you try to make sense out of this system and what's going on, you can't, because you can't make sense out of bullshit. You can't. I don't care how hard you try, and it doesn't have to do with the child support system exclusively. I don't care what it is. Whenever you try to make sense out of bullshit, it doesn't happen. You can't do it. So there you go. That's it for me this evening. I want to thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I reached 2,000 subscribers, so that made me really happy. So thank you all again. Please sign the petition. We're trying to force the government to erase the nearly, I know it's 25 billion by now, of government-owned debt that will never reach children. It will only stay with the government to falsely repay child support debt, or that doesn't exist, smoke and mirrors. And and that is, I believe I put that in the hi Todd. I believe I put that in the link in the description. But if I haven't, you can always visit my website, thechildsupporthustle.com. I've gotten some requests to discuss certain issues. If you want me to discuss your issue or something, just let me know. Shut this down. Okay, shut it down, Morton. Definitely. And if I can find some information, and I think, research it, and I think everybody can benefit, or a lot of people will, then I will do a video about it. And as always, we can come together and shut this bullshit down. It's happening, but we have to keep fighting. But you can tell that we are winning this fight because they come up with this type of law that they're trying to pass. Housing. I can't even believe it. Like, really, what does this have to do with taking care of your children? Nothing. Just like this whole child support system has nothing to do with providing for your children. So again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to sign the petition. If you have any questions, I'll try to help out. If you have specific questions on your case, I'll try to get you to the right place. My email is cshustle1@gmail.com. What is this? Men or not? What is that? That's right. Parents are not ATMs. Just picture, going to your parent back in the day and just saying, I need $250 per month to do. No, that didn't happen. I know it didn't happen in my house. So if there's nothing else, I thank you all for tuning in. And if you're watching this later, thank you for watching. Don't forget, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to be coming on here more, talk about child support news. I want to bring it to you live and direct. If we have a call to action like we do right now to vote no on Arkansas Senate Bill, what is it? 1642, then I'm coming to YouTube and let you guys know, and hopefully we can get busy. So when they try to come through, we'd be like, get on the front line and block them. Because, we the people, we have the power. Okay, I don't see any more questions, comments. So you guys enjoy your evening. Oh yeah, definitely going to share on Facebook. I'm going to share and Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter also at CS1, on Instagram at KN or NK. I usually hold my book up right now. You can purchase my book at my website, thechildsupporthustle.com. You can get a t-shirt. No, I'm not wearing one today, but I usually have my t-shirt on. I had the face masks. Just show your support. And as soon as this weather breaks, we're going to be getting out there, marching, hopefully, having some protests, and yeah, getting active. You know, I believe in boots on the ground. So getting from behind these computers. Okay. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, keep fighting. Let's get it. Remember, they can ignore hundreds, they can ignore thousands, but they cannot ignore millions. Let's go.